David.
Hi there, how are you doing, Jeremy?
Yeah, pretty good, thank you. Just wondering whether you could update us on the fitness of Haller, Mark Noble and Arthur Masuaka. Will they be involved at Newcastle?
They're all on the grass. They've all been doing a bit of training. I'm hoping to have some of them back if possible. I'll know better tomorrow. But obviously, we could do with getting them back. We've also got a slight injury to Felipe Anderson, who actually hurt his hamstring in the warm-up in the game the other night. We actually taken him off the bench. He overstretched in the warm-up and felt his hamstring a little bit, so we're nursing him along a little bit at the moment as well.
David, Haller's been in the news today. There's been a dispute with Eintracht Frankfurt over a missing transfer payment involving FIFA. Can we just get a reaction from you to that? And is there any connection with that story and Haller's absence from the team recently?
No, there's no connection because Seb's been injured, and anybody who knows about football, we know the players have nothing to do with what's going on between the clubs when they discuss the monies. The player only is involved in his own contract, so it's got nothing to do with it, no.
Fantastic win over Chelsea, David. 6 games left. What's that going to do for morale going to Newcastle?
Well, it was a magnificent performance by the players. Their effort, they kept going right to the last minute and got us a winning goal right at the end. And I think it was one of our first victories from coming behind this season. So the players need a lot of credit. I've said in the previous games I thought we had played okay. I'd like to have played better, but I thought we hadn't done that badly. And I think the rewards for keeping at it and sticking to it have shown. And let's be fair, at this moment in time, Chelsea could arguably be the best team in the Premier League. They beat Man City last week, and we've all had a chance to see how good Manchester City were last night again. So I have to give our players a lot of credit for how well they played against Chelsea. Obviously,
Yarmolenko came off the bench and won you the match. He's made a good case for starting, hasn't he? And what about Jack Wilshere's return off the bench? How impressed was that? Were you with that?
Well, I think you've answered the question by saying is for us to get people coming off the bench who makes a difference and helps us is good. I've not had the chance really to work with Jack or Yama since I've been here because they were both injured on my arrival and were injured up until the lockdown as well. So really, I've only had the chance to work with them during the lockdown and in the short period we've had at this present time. So what I saw from them both was encouraging, and let's hope that they're both able to add to the players in the squad we've got at the moment.
Thanks, Jeremy. Andy?
David, just reflecting back on that Chelsea game, I saw the reaction of the players and yourself with the players at the full-time whistle. What does that do mentally for them? Does it lift pressure? Does it just ease them back into a huge game against Newcastle this weekend?
Well, we always felt that we had Chelsea, we've got Manchester United to play, but then we've got another bundle of games which we always felt we would have opportunities. Yeah. We've come up against some really good teams who've had their targets on Champions League, etc. And we knew it was going to be hard, but I have to say again, the players done everything they could, stuck at it. We hadn't scored, even though I thought we had been creating chances in other games without taking the chances.
Yeah.
We scored 3. We maybe should have had at least another one. We had 1 ruled off, which we still think is a goal. And then, Mickey had a good chance. So we were making the chances against Chelsea, which was pleasing as well. What we need to start doing is conceding goals, whether it be only from a penalty or whether it be from a free kick. We want to make sure we tighten up in that department.
Yeah, we'll try not to mention VAR today because I know you've been talking about it recently. You've seen some big wins in your tenure. The Bournemouth win, the Southampton win obviously spring to mind, but didn't kind of back it up, didn't follow it up with wins after that. Yeah. How do you make sure that doesn't happen again at such a crucial time of the season?
Well, I actually think that winning back-to-back games in the Premier League has always been tough. I was talking about it even in my early days. We used to try and encourage the players to get 2-3 wins in a row, especially when you're not one of the top sides. I think that you're trying to, those results make a big difference coming into the season. So we realise the importance of it. We realise the importance of the game at Newcastle. Not only the Newcastle game, we've now got 4 games in 10 days where I feel that we have to be good and we have to play well and we need to keep improving our performances and just adding a little bit to what we've done in recent games to try and get more wins and more positive performances.
We've talked the resilience of the players coming from behind against Chelsea, but what other key attributes do you think it's going to take between now and the end of the season to save West Ham from relegation?
Well, I think we're a team who are capable of playing better than we're doing. I think we've got those capabilities, but we have to prove it, and we have to make sure that we're not in the bottom three come the end of the season. So let's hope that we can do that.
All the talk in Newcastle's been surrounding Alan St-Maximin, of course. You're the type of manager that sets a plan for any specific player, or is it simply a case of what happens on the day?
Well, I think Newcastle have some really exciting players at the moment, and I think Steve's doing a brilliant job at Newcastle. And we watched them play very well against Bournemouth and put in a great performance. So it's always been a difficult game when you play Newcastle, but I have to say that they played very well, I thought, in the last game.
How big an opportunity do you think that this is, the next couple of fixtures in particular, given the form of relegation rivals right now?
Well, we've got to win. We'll have to win our games to be a Premier League team. I said that. The win against Chelsea was great, but it doesn't keep us in the Premier League. We have to win more games. We knew we were going into a bundle of games at this period where we would have opportunities, or possibly more opportunities. We hope that's the case. I think we've had a sort of a tough 3 games back to play Wolves, to play Tottenham, and to play Chelsea. I think by Andy's standards would be seen as a tough run of fixtures. We've now got a run of fixtures where I think we have opportunities, but that's all it is opportunities, and we have to try and see if we can take them.
Thanks, Andy. Other Andy, please.
Hi, David. I just wanted to ask you about, obviously in the Premier League, as you said, 2 wins on the bounce is very tricky to achieve. When you have a great result like this, do you have to sort of get the players to treat it in the same way you might if you had a setback? You have to sort of try and stay calm and not get too high or too low, depending on the results you've just had. Yeah,
a little bit, I've got to say, but obviously we were really high because of how well we played, the level of the performance, what the result means. So, I've got to say, I want the players to be really confident. I want them to feel good. I want the supporters to feel good at the club, and I'm trying to have more moments like this. But I've got the but, which is we have to be realistic and say we've got another game coming up now. Now we've got actually 4 in 10 days, which many of those games could define where we end up. That one game against Chelsea won't define where we end up. It'll be more to do with how we play and the results we receive over the next 4 games.
Have you been impressed with what Steve's done, not only sort of in this little period with the 7 points from the 3 games since the restart, but just in general at Newcastle, which sometimes seems to have quite a rocky ride, anyone up there, and he seems to have got them performing above where people expected them to be?
Well, it's a great part of the country in the North East, it really is. And I've got to say, when Steve took the job, there was so many doubters, and if anything, Steve has done an incredible job. And everybody who doubted him has obviously been proved wrong, because he's shown how good he is and the quality he's got. And I've got to say, I think Newcastle have looked a really strong side and an improving side, which we're going to have to play very well to get a result against.
You might have Andy Carroll to deal with as well, which of course you guys know all about him.
Yeah, we know Andy's capabilities. His career has given him big clubs. He's been a big player, and I've got no doubt that if he doesn't start, he'll play some part of the game, and we'll do what we can to deal with him.
Thanks, guys. We'll leave the broadcast there. Thank you.